All right, tell the vlog what we're going to be talking about today.
Hi, good morning. So today we are going to be just talking a teeny tiny bit about the Victims of Crimes Act. Additionally, we're going to be talking about risk mitigation, a little teeny tiny bit of de-escalation. This will be a wonderful opportunity for clinicians to ask her questions and to learn about kind of some of the things that might go through a person's head if you've never directly been in a situation you're facing a loss of life. My purpose today is just try to give you a little bit of understanding of VOCA fundamentals because we are having this influx of clients that have been referred by FBI, domestic violence centers, that sort of thing. Does anybody know anything about the Victims of Crimes Act? Okay. VOCA basically came about by a lot of advocacy efforts in 1984. Basically have offenders pay for victim services because when something happens to you, of course, you need restitution, you need services, sometimes medical care, sometimes prosthetics, sometimes therapy. This was the federal government's way of creating a system that offenders would pay into, making these restitution federal payments so that they could get services and we wouldn't have to add a tax. Are you there, Ma?
Yes, I'm here.
So could you share some of your history with the public and private banks?
Sure. My name is Rosemary Dutton, and until my recent retirement, I spent 40 plus years in the financial industry. When I graduated from high school, I wasn't certain which direction I wanted to take as far as my career plans. And I had desires to be a registered nurse, but I was also leaning towards fashion design, merchandising, and marketing.
I had a situation years ago where someone had entered a shelter in Istanbul with an AK-47 and made it very clear that everyone in that shelter they intended to kill. So physically at that time, I was not in Istanbul. I would step outside and take this call. They'd already patched me through to the person who was holding everybody up in the shelter. And he says, I have an AK-47. I'm going to kill everybody in here. The first thing I did was delay. I tried to connect and I tried to delay. What's going on? Last time I talked to you, everything seemed all right. I think it was they wanted to gain power and they wanted to feel they were more powerful than I was. So I'm just going to listen to what you have to say. And he ranted and raved, and sometimes de-escalating can take hours. I believe that was like 4 hours.
How do you really stay present and mindful and aware and calm?
Great, that's a good question. It's very difficult to remain calm in a threatening situation, but it does take a lot of practice, and that's where my mindfulness kicked in.